Going. Happy Tuesday. Take a big breath in. Hopefully I'm not too cut off on the screen. It's my twice weekly challenge to figure out, you'd think I would have it by now after almost 2 years. Where do I need to put my computer so that you can see all of me? Let's go the other way. Feels good waking up the upper back. And let's reach up and up. Maybe add some more legs. And let's punch across. Punch and punch. 6, 7, 9, 10. Good. Let's roll our shoulders. Just checking in. If you're stressed at work or you're shoveling snow, you're going to be tight in here. So let's take a little bit and just loosen everything up. Or try to anyway. Right? Can't complain about being tight. You don't try to loosen it up. Ooh. Okay, let's go to our neck and just look over each shoulder. We're going to do this about 8 more times. 8, 7. Each time, use your eyes and see if you can stretch a little bit farther into your peripheral vision. I've already lost count. That's the kind of day this is going to be. Okay, let's take our ear to the shoulder, ear to shoulder. You may be feeling tightness down along the sides of your neck. This time, let's take our hand, take your ear to your shoulder, put your hand on top of your head, and push up into your hand as your hand is pressing down. And gently come up, and let's switch sides. So let's take the other ear down towards the shoulder. Notice where you're feeling that tightness. Hand on your head, press your head up into your hand, and then release. Good. And then try it, see if it's just a wee bit looser. And then nose to ceiling, nose to floor. And with your head down here, think about creating as much length as you can through the back of your neck. Bring your hands onto the crown of your head. And we're not pressing down with your hands as much as we are pushing up with your head into your hands. Take a big breath in, release, and gently let go. Good. Hopefully, if you roll your shoulders now, maybe you feel a wee bit looser. And those are stretches you can take into your day. So let's go down into our hips. Don't worry, we'll come back to our shoulders. 3, 4. Let's right now let them enjoy being a little bit looser. And go into hula hoops. Nice slow motion, full range. And reverse direction. Let's do 2 more. And then we'll go into our figure 8s. Round we go, front to back, one side, front to back, the other side. 6. And then we're going to go back to front, reversing direction. 6. Snap, crackle, pop. Coming down to the knees, let's circle around the feet. Make sure your knees are feeling happy, ankles feeling happy, checking in with all the corners of your feet. Mine are talking to me. You probably can't hear all the pop, 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 pops. And we're going to reverse direction. 5, 6, 2 more. Good. And while we're here, keeping hands on knees, feet under your hips, let's extend your tailbone and the crown of your head up, and then tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. A little standing cat-cow. So tailbone up, crown of your head up, tailbone tucks under, chin tucks under, back rounds up. Let's do 2 more. cat. Rolling into cow. And one last cat. Roll it up. Let's take our feet nice and wide and come side to side. 4. Each time, see if you can sink your hips back and down just a little bit more. And let's go doubles. On one side, up and over, double on the other side. 4. 6. One more each side. And let's bring your hands on your knees and drop shoulders. 3, 4. Eight, coming back to center, let's sink down into that squat. Nice big wide sumo squat. Weight still on your heels, you should be able to pick up your toes. Chest is up, we're not forward folding. I would fall on my head if I tried to do that. You want to keep your chest up, eyes up, shift side to side, or make little pulses. We're going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you know what comes next. Hands to the floor, bottoms up. For 5, sink it down. Up for 4, and down. 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, hands on the floor, reach it up. Going side to side, rotation. And 4 more. 5, 6, last set, up and up. Bring your hands onto your knees, walk your feet in, and let's roll it up. Good. So we let's do a little bit of balance because we have single leg work today. I think I mix up bilateral and unilateral. We have a little bit where in our split squats, we need to depend on each leg having some balance. So sink one leg out, tiny bit more for our ankles. Let's do some wiggles. And then we're going to rotate from that hip and lift up and get that midline muscle. Line of muscles from your ankle all the way up to your hip firing. So think about that inside ankle bone reaching up for the ceiling. Nice. And let's bring it down, switching sides, because after this we come down on the floor. And we have our planks and a little bit more shoulder work to warm you up there. Let's rotate from the hip. Bring that ankle bone up to the ceiling. Okay, shake it out. Okay, so we are up to, oh my goodness, 80 seconds. This is our last week. We have 80-second plank today, 40-second side plank, 90-second plank, 45-second side plank on Thursday. So let's see how far you've come. Hopefully you've made progress. Whether or not you can make it to 80 seconds today or 90 seconds on Thursday, hopefully whatever you're doing now is a lot more than what you're able to do in week 1. And if you're able to do all this on week 1, you're still golden. So we'll do this, and then we have our snow angels on the floor. So let's come into our plank position, start on hands and knees, step it back into a plank. You can drop down to your elbows if that's more comfortable. Squeeze your booty, and we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. I know I'm already there. I'm just demonstrating. Here we go. 80 seconds. Woohoo, that's a long time. I was doing this in class yesterday, and with the music we were playing, I was just kind of, you might as well dance in place. You can hold the plank and move. That's awesome. You can sway side to side. It makes it harder, but you don't get bored. So you have to decide which is which is more important to you. Staying interested in what you're doing. We're already at 30 seconds. Or feeling the pain. So belly button's pulled up towards your spine. You're pushing your shoulders up towards the ceiling, maybe hugging. Thinking about hugging your armpits in towards your sides. Getting your chest and your back to help hold you. We are at 1 minute. You guys are awesome. Stay with me 20 more seconds. We're at 65. Ooh, counting makes it seem longer. 70. 75. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Let's come down onto our elbows, just because my wrists get tender. If you like to do side planks from your hand, or you want to do them on an incline, this is your chance to get set up. We are going for 40 seconds, and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Pop it up. Nice straight line plank. Side plank, we're not rotated forward or back. And we're all ready at 10 seconds. Is that all? Surely I'm testing. Okay, we're at 20 seconds. Halfway there. Stay with me. If you need to come out of it, drop your hips and pop right back up into it. 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's swing it around. This is where it gets interesting, because usually if we're sided, and we are all definitely have dominant side. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Pop it up. Elbows directly under your shoulder. You're not rolling forward. One side is harder to hold the side plank on than the other. So we're at 20 seconds. Almost at 30. There we go. 10 more seconds. Stay with me. We got this. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Let's come down on the ground. And let's get a ball or a cushion for doing our snow angels. The idea is, if we squeeze the ball together and we fire up this midline like we do in our warm-ups, you're using your core a little bit more. And when you get what they call proximal stability, the stability in your core engagement, it gives you more distal mobility for working through your shoulders and your lower limbs. But this time we're just focusing on upper body. And we're going to squeeze that ball as hard as we can. Press your back into the floor, engage your core, straight arms. We're going for 8 snow angels. Keeping your arms in contact with the floor as long as you can. Notice that my arms do not come off the floor and my hands do not touch, because there's no way to do that without bending your elbows. 6, 7, squeeze that pillow or the ball, whatever you got. And I'm not counting, so we'll do 1 more. Bring your feet down. Stretch your legs long, stretch your arms overhead. Let go of the ball. And we're golden. That's our core work. Let us get set up for our B's. We have our narrow weighted split squat. And if we can, we're going to add the overhead press today. Maybe increase your weight. We're going to do some scarecrows with the lighter weight, and then we're going to go heavy with our dumbbell row. And we're going to play around with our hand position. Instead of pulling like this, like we always do, we're going to rotate and pull our elbows out wide. And you feel, actually just doing this, you can feel a bigger squeeze in your back. Okay, so let me find my weights. setting up for that narrow weighted split squat. You are welcome, depending on how you're feeling today, how your arms are feeling, to just keep the weights in your hands, to alternate your bicep curls, or to do a bicep curl to a press. So we'll sink down and up, and we switch sides. We'll switch arms. 4, 6, 8. Let's switch sides. So your feet are still on railroad tracks. And down. 2, 3, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Good. Going for a lighter weight. Laughing at myself because I put my weights away and I forget where they are. Here we are. Okay. So starting with elbows 90 degrees. We're going to let the elbows lead so your arms are parallel to the floor and rotate back and down. Lead with the elbows, rotate back down and down. 3, nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go for 2 more. 11. This is week 4. 12. So week 4, you're choosing how you challenge yourself if you're increasing the weight, trying to do a little bit more reps, just trying to survive. So choose your rep weight. I can't think of the word. Choose your rep set and choose your weight accordingly. We're going to go into our standing row. So grab heavier weight. I know you can do heavier weight, combine your weights. Weights are additive. Feet under your hips, nice soft knees, athletic stance. Hips hinge back, back is flat. And here we go. So we start parallel and pull wide. 3, 4, 6, 2 more, 9, and 10. And let's put the weights down. And swing your arms. We'll take a minute here. Grab a drink. Stretch what needs to be stretched. Adjust your thermostat. My room is getting very warm. Grab a drink. So we alternated sides with our bicep to overhead press on our split squats. We're going to switch sides this time. So last round I started with focusing on the arm with the front leg. This time we're going to focus the arm with the back leg. A little bit of a stability challenge there. So we're going to keep a weight in each hand. but this time the arm that's working is the same side as the back leg. If you did that last time, reverse it, okay? It's gonna feel a little different. So split squat, a narrow one, I tend to default to the wide one. Sink it down, up, up. 2, 3. 2 more, 7 and 8. Good. Switching sides. Ready and go. Sink it down, up, 2, 3, nice, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Swapping out for lighter weights. Let's start with our elbows at 90 degrees. Lifting up, rotating down and down. 2, keep your arms parallel to the floor, parallel to each other. 4, 5, nice. 6, 7, 8, 9. Check in that you're not hunching your shoulders. 10. Good. Let's go 2 more. And 12. Bring that weight down. As we go, there's a lot of overhead pressing, rotations overhead. And then we're doing our rows. Make sure you're able to relax these muscles. Keep that space between the top of your shoulders and your ears. Roll your shoulders a little bit. And then we'll set up for our wide row. And I'm actually going to go a little bit lighter just because the weights are smaller. There's limitations to doing things with those big weights. They're crazy long. So we're going to come into our athletic stance, knees bent, you're ready to go in any direction, hips hinge back, back is flat, and we're going to row. Nice wide row. Oh, much nicer with smaller weights. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shoulders away from your ears. 10, and if you're game, 11 and 12. We'll have a little rest here before we move on. Roll your shoulders. Roll your neck. Take the tension out of this part of your body and grab a drink. So third set with those split squats, we're going to keep it truly bilateral. Both your legs are moving, both your arms are going to move. So hopefully, or maybe you felt one side, whether your foot was in front or you were doing it when your foot was in back, you felt a little bit of a difference. We're going to go back to treating them the same. You still have a little bit of time. Catch your breath. This is our last round of doing our B's for this month. You don't have to see this set again. So let's see what we can do. We're going to go for 8 split squats on each side, but each time we're going to go both arms up. So it's going to feel, again, a little bit different. And let's hit it. Down and up. Down and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's switch sides. And we'll do 8 more here. 8. Good job. 7, 6. Find your balance. 5. The last 4. 3. 2. My legs are getting wobbly also. And 1. Beautiful. Let's put those weights down. Pick up some lighter weights or no weights. Listen to your body. Okie dokie. So I like to do this in a split stance. It's a habit. If you're working heavier, the tendency is to try to arch your back to lift. Being in a split stance helps resist that tendency. So elbows out, up, rotate. We got 12 of these. And 2. Or you do you. This is our 3rd set. Listen to your body. 4. 6. 7. Almost there. Nice. 8. Beautiful. Love what I'm seeing. 10. 2 more. 11. And 12. Put that weight down. Swing your arms out. Maybe before you pick up your weights, just check. You can feel the difference between pulling narrow, pulling wide, pulling narrow, pulling wide. And maybe this set, let's do 12 rows. Let's alternate. You see what it feels like. And just add a little bit of spice. Here we go. Athletic ready stance, your glutes are turned on, abs are tight. Let's start with a narrow row to a wide row. Narrow row, wide row. 3, 4, 5, shoulders away from your ears. Last set. 6. And put those weights down. Nice work. Roll your shoulders, grab a drink. We're going to take a minute and we'll go into our C's. We'll need a band and weights for doing a chest press. We're doing the reverse Nordics, the banded drivers, and a glute bridge hold with the chest press. So let's take another 30, 35 seconds. Let your shoulders calm down. Let them get ready to do a little bit more work. Let's reach up and over and over. Maybe circle it out, see what it feels like. Or backstroke arms. 3, 6. Okay, let's get our leg band. We'll do it with this one. I have a narrow band. I'm gonna put it, my arms aren't gonna go as wide as yours if you have a wider band. And it's a little bit heavier. But we're gonna pull out on the band. And if you're pulling your shoulders down and pulling out on the band, you feel your back muscles kicking in. You can be up on your toes. we're gonna little pulse with the hands, pushing out against the band and leaning back. See if you can go a little farther than you could 3 weeks ago. 2. See if it feels different in your thighs than it did 3 weeks ago. This is a very strange movement. It's a little hard to get used to. 4. 5. 6. Do 2 more. 7. The pulse is too much, just hold it. 8. And up. Butt should be on fire. Quads should feel nice and stretched. Let's come into a seated position that's comfortable for you. I didn't mean to take my band off. It's going to stay around your wrists. And we're going to do drivers for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my. We are going to have some very strong shoulders. Let's take your time, find your weights, because doing chest press, we're still working the front of your shoulder. So maybe let's give ourselves a chest opener to start. Find your weights and we'll come down on the floor. Nothing fancy today. We're going to try to go for anywhere from 12 to 15 repetitions. So setting up, hips, knees, and ankles all in alignment. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and lift. Squeeze that booty and let's go. Nice chest presses. If you want to add the rotation, that is awesome. Don't have to, it's totally optional. 8, 9, oh, I've been working my hips, I can feel it. 11, 12, I think I have 3 more. Let's keep going. 2, and 1. Bring your weights down, lower your hips, and hug your knees into your chest. Let's roll it up. We'll take a minute. That's a glute burner. I'm going to adjust my camera while we're here. We're staying mostly on the floor. Gives me a little bit more room to move in. Okay. So let's come on to hands and knees. And we'll just take a little time. Stretch through your back and your hips. Big restorative hip circles. And reverse direction. And then take your knees wide, sit back on your heels, and stretch forward. Stay here for 5 more seconds. Let's go for round 2. Reverse Nordics. If it's not comfortable holding the band around your wrist, you could try pulling apart if that feels better on you. If the pulse is too much and you find yourself hunching, skip the pulse, pull your shoulders down. So pulling your shoulders down, pulling the band apart engages your lats. Lats are connected to your glutes. That's what's holding you while we're working through the quads. So all good. So here we go. Set your shoulders down. Let's get that pulse going. And let's go for 8. And up. 6. I'm just going to hold it for a while. There we go. 5, beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I didn't get myself up that time. I hope you did. Okay, drivers. You could pull on the band. I think this one feels a little bit better with your wrists inside. Week 4, I'm still explaining this. You should know this already. I probably said it a few times. So let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. That's just a finisher for our last exercise. Oh, let's pull the shoulders back and down. Open up across the chest. Pull the shoulders down just a little bit more. Work with your breath. Okay. And let's come down on the floor. We're going to do one thing. First, pull your weights on either side of you. So we're ready to go. Lying down on the floor. Let's press your elbows into the floor, fingertips up towards the ceiling. I want you to take a big breath in and press your elbows into the floor. And as you exhale, flatten your back a little bit more and relax. So inhale, breathe into the top of your chest so you're stretching across the front of your shoulders. And release and flatten. So let's bring our hands back to our shoulder, waist to our shoulders. Set up for our bridge. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and lift up. And we're going to hold while we press for 12, 11, 10, rotation or not, your choice. 8, 7, 6, stay lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your elbows, lower your hips, bring the weight safely to the floor, and hug your knees in. Ooh, let your back stretch, let your hips stretch. Maybe let's do a quick crossed leg stretch before we do our third set. And switch sides. We're in the middle of a workout. You don't hold anything too long. You want those muscles to continue working. If you stretch too long in the middle of a workout, the muscles think you're done. That's my anthropomorphism, what your muscles do. Okay, last round. We're almost done. So hands in, hands out, play around with it. Toes curled, feet flat with your toes pushed together. Play around with what feels better for you. Very last set we're doing of these. Let's hit it for 8. Woo-hoo. Notice maybe you're not going quite as low in the third set, and that's okay. 3. Or maybe you notice your hips are bending a little bit. That's okay. 5. Arms are getting tired, just hold on to the band. Good. 3, 2 more. Butts on fire, quads on fire. Last one. Woo. Stretch it out. Come into a seated position. Sometimes in the gym, I've done these drivers with a round weight plate, kind you put on a barbell, and that's an overhand grip. So if you haven't tried an overhand grip, why not try it now? So pull your shoulders down, pull the band apart, and we'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Put the band down, roll your shoulders, go for that chest stretch. Oh, So this morning, time feels very spacious. We still got a lot of time. We have one more exercise. And then we have our 4 exercises on the floor. And a nice big stretch ahead of you. So let's find the weight for your chest press. Bring it on either side of you. Let's roll it down. See if you can exhale and flatten your back into the floor. That might mean tipping your pelvis just a little bit. That's okay. We're going to bring the weights up. Line up your feet, your knees, and your hips. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and lift. Stay as high as you can. 12, 11, 10. Press through your whole foot. 7, 6. Make sure the weights are over your chest and not your face. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the weights down, all the way down. Lower your hips and hug your knees in. Let's take a little break here. Whew. I'm laughing because I forgot to set my watch to tell it that I was doing a workout. So it thinks I haven't been doing anything. I think it's so far given me credit for 2 minutes of exercise. My heart rate is up. I don't know why it's not recording more, but I guess I'll have to do another workout later, so it counts for the day. Here we go. Not a strength workout, don't worry. Let's stretch into child's pose. Grab a drink if you need it. Okay, so lightweight. What did I do with my 3-pounders? There they are. We have the side lying 1-arm raises. We can also do this from a side plank. So if you're feeling strong and you're able to do that side plank for 30 seconds on each side, try it from a side plank. This is week 4. Let's play with it. If that doesn't work, you can come all the way back to side lying. This is the one where we keep our arms straight and we lift up. And we're pairing that with our crunch where we reach for our feet. So I'm going to try side lying. Let's come up, not side lying, side plank. And we're going to have our arm down and lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You guys are going to have bulletproof shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's rock it around to the other side. A-okay to be on the floor. If you're ready, you can give yourself the challenge of coming into a side plank. 10, 9, 8. Go with your back. 7, 6. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's come down. So you can do these from tabletop. Our crunches, you're still reaching for your toes. If you can, bring your legs straight. We're again reaching for your toes. We're going to go for 12, 11, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put the weight down. Quick stretch. Make yourself as long as you can that your abs get a little break. Maybe do some snow angel arms. Check in with how your shoulders are feeling. Mine are pretty darn tired. I bet yours are too. So let's go for another round of our side plank with the one arm raise. Let's give ourselves a few more seconds. Tired shoulders, get a break, yeah? Okay, let's pop it up. If you're gonna come up into your side plank, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. So I know you're saying, but how do we keep from rolling forward in our side plank when we're doing this? And the answer is your elbow is going to have to bend a little bit to reach the floor. But when you pull up, your arm goes straight. Otherwise, you're rotating down, rotating up, which is a little more advanced. It works. And I've lost count, so let's do one more. Whew. Swing it around to the other side. So if you're here, I can't pull my shoulder back anymore unless I bring my hand up off the floor. So I'm going to stay here and pull up. 2. The weight doesn't have to touch the floor. 7, 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Hug your knees in. Make a few circles. Check that your back is feeling okay. And we'll come into tabletop. So knees just a little bit in front of your hips and your shins a little bit, not quite parallel to the floor. They could be up a little bit. So from here, I'm still reaching for my toes. I'm going to press my back into the floor and let's go for 12, 11, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Let's roll it around. Let's roll it up to sitting. We can do one more set because this goes fast. Last week, let's get it in. Set up for your side plank. Shoulder raise. Side lying, your choice. Here we go. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, pull with your back, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Almost done with this. Last side. Last time you're doing this exercise for a while. Coming up into your side plank or side lying. Let's go for 12, 11, pull with your back. 9, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a tired body. Having trouble holding myself. Okay. Hug your knees in. Rock side to side. Grab your weight. Set up. Last 12 crunches. 12. And lift. And let's circle it out. Just take your legs long, arms overhead, nice long pencil stretch. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Let your heart rate slow down just a little bit. Let's slide our feet over to the left. And take our arms over to the left. And you take a big breath here. Expand the right side of your rib cage. Let your right side stretch. And take your feet back to center, arms to center. Make yourself long again, and we'll take your feet over to the right, and your hands over to the right. So crescent this way, stretching the left side. Big breath in. Take your arms out to the side. Rock your legs up to tabletop. Keeping your shoulders down and your knees together. Let's go side to side. Knees down to one side. Back up to center. Knees down to the other side. Oops, my weights are in the way. And up. One more time. And this time we're going to roll over all the way onto our sides. Tuck your knees up to your chest. See that your knees are stacked. You're going to use your bottom hand to hold them in place. We're going to reach forward with that top arm and open like a book. Try to bring that shoulder down to the floor. Nice big stretch in all those shoulder muscles we were using. Beautiful. Nice, nice. If it feels good, you can straighten your legs. If you're getting pops in your back, enjoy it. We're going to stay here another 10 seconds. And slowly bend your knees if they were straight. Come up to center. I'm going to pivot around. I'll go to the other side. So again, tucking up into the fetal position, bottom hand holds your knees, reach forward, and open like a book. So keeping your knees tucked up towards your chest like this in the fetal position just protects your low back. So when you twist, you're not twisting through your low back, you're getting the twist through your thoracic spine. And if it feels good to straighten your legs, go ahead and straighten them. Just keep trying to pull that arm down towards the floor, the shoulder. Let's come out of it. Roll onto your back. Let's do a quick stretch for your hips. So we're going to take knee over knee, pull both legs in. And big deep breath. Let's tip a little in the direction your top leg is going. So I have my left leg on top, I'm tipping to the right because my foot's going to the right. There we come back to center, slide your ankle onto your knee. So you're not really changing anything. You're still pulling your thigh in. We're going to push the other thigh away. Might be getting a lot of pops. You might not be. Just opening up through the hips. Stretching through the pelvis. And then let's switch sides. So crossing the other knee over, hugging both legs in. Oh, this is getting my right hip. My right hip is definitely tighter. We're going to tip a little bit towards the left. If your right leg is on top, you're going to the left. If your left leg is on top, you're going to twist a little bit to your right. Just get a deeper stretch into those deeper muscles. And then we'll come back to center. Just shift your ankle on top of that knee. So we're going to pull one leg in and push the other leg away. A push pull. You can hold on with both hands and push with your elbow if that works for you. If that feels better. Nice work. And then let's stretch our legs out. Roll all the way over onto your belly. Take your hands up into your shoulders and prop yourself up. We're going to pull our shoulders away from our ears. So you're pulling your shoulder blades down towards your hips. Squeeze your booty just to give your back a little support and look up. And let's stretch through the abs, through your tummy, through your chest, through your hips. Then we'll rock back onto hands and knees, and we'll thread the needle going into child's pose. So take one arm across, reach one arm forward. See if you can get your head down to the floor and your hips down to your heels. Nice big back stretch, shoulder stretch. Let's hold this for another few seconds. And slowly come out of it, and we'll switch sides. So back up on hands and knees. Take one arm through, reaching across, one arm reaching forward, while your hips go back and your head goes down. Stay here a few more seconds. And let's come out of it, back onto hands and knees. Let's do some cat-cow. Check that everything in your spine is moving the way you want it to. Tucking tailbone, tucking chin. And then reversing it, lifting your tailbone, lifting the crown of your head. Come back to a neutral spine, have a seat, give yourself a pat on the back. You guys did awesome. I'll see you on Thursday for the last workout of the month. Yahoo!